As Tehran publicly mocks Trump's Hormuz move as a mere bluff, can the U.S. president still claim his blockade is a success story in the Gulf? U.S. forces boast they turned 21 ships back to Iran since the blockade began, but Iran delivered a harsh reality check on who actually controls the strait. Did Mojtaba's chilling warning and IRGC missile locks on U.S. warships force Trump to quietly pull his destroyers back from the Strait of Hormuz? And behind the triumphant rhetoric from Washington, has Iran already shown how it can make American warships flee one of the world's most strategic waterways? The U.S. military has said it has turned 21 ships back to Iran since the beginning of its blockade of ports along the Strait of Hormuz. United States Central Command made the announcement in an update posted on X on April 17. CENTCOM's post on X read, quote, "Guided missile destroyer USS Michael Murphy patrols the Arabian Sea, April 17, as U.S. forces enforce the naval blockade on ships attempting to enter or exit Iranian ports. Since commencement of the blockade, 21 ships have complied with direction from U.S. forces to turn around and return to Iran." Unquote. This came despite Iran's public announcement that the strait would remain open to commercial traffic during the ceasefire period. After Iran's declaration, President Trump responded by saying that the U.S. blockade of the key oil route would continue regardless. Trump's post on Truth Social read, quote, "The Strait of Hormuz is completely open and ready for business and full passage, but the naval blockade will remain in full force and effect as it pertains to Iran, only until such time as our transaction with Iran is 100% complete. This process should go very quickly in that most of the points are already negotiated." Unquote. Amid these competing claims, the first passenger vessel passed through the strait on April 17 since the war began. The Malta-flagged cruise ship Celestyal Discovery had been docked in Dubai for 47 days, according to tracking data from marine traffic. The vessel, reportedly sailing without passengers on board, was headed towards Muscat in Oman, reports said. Tensions in the region have been high since Trump imposed the blockade on the Strait of Hormuz on April 13. Despite U.S. claims that the operation has been effective, Iran has maintained that the American blockade of the strait has largely failed to stop its traffic. New information has surfaced explaining how Iran compelled U.S. warships to withdraw from the Strait of Hormuz during a tense encounter. According to Press TV, naval units of Iran's elite forces reportedly locked more than 15 cruise missiles onto American vessels. The operation is said to have taken place during a direct maritime standoff between Iran and the United States on April 11. Further details of this naval engagement were disclosed in a Press TV report published on April 17. Reports indicate that a total of 16 cruise missiles were targeted at U.S. warships before they eventually pulled back. Among the vessels identified were the USS Michael Murphy and the USS Frank E. Peterson. These ships were reportedly attempting to pass through the Strait of Hormuz during the confrontation. Iranian forces are said to have warned that missile strikes would follow if the U.S. vessels did not change course.
"Because I'm ready to open fire on them."
Press TV further claimed that American forces requested a short delay of around 15 minutes during the standoff. Iranian reports also suggested that the U.S. warships communicated with their command structures while facing the threat. The destroyers eventually withdrew after prolonged exchange that reportedly lasted close to an hour. Iranian accounts have suggested that the U.S. naval move may have been timed alongside diplomatic talks in Islamabad. Military-linked sources claimed that the American vessels were only minutes away from potential impact during the encounter. Iran has also alleged that the incident could have been part of a broader attempt to influence negotiations. According to the same reports, the attempted transit through the Strait of Hormuz carried a high risk of escalation.
"Because I'm ready to open fire on them."
On April 12, Iranian state media dismissed the U.S. naval move near Hormuz as a failed propaganda stunt that backfired on Washington. Security sources quoted by Press TV claimed the operation was extremely high risk for the U.S., hinting that American ships were sailing into a trap. That same day, Iranian outlets released footage they say shows IRGC units issuing stark warnings to nearby U.S. warships. In the clip, aired by Press TV, Iranian voices can be heard ordering American vessels to change course and stay away. "This is the last warning. This is the last warning," Iranian personnel repeat over the radio, driving home the threat. The U.S. ship responded that it is transiting under international law and does not intend any provocation or hostile act. American voices even referenced the temporary ceasefire, stressing that both sides are supposed to be de-escalating, not trading threats. Despite that, Iranian forces escalate their tone, ordering the warship to alter course immediately and leave the area. "If you don't obey my order, you will be targeted." Out, an IRGC controller radios, in what sounds like a direct threat to open fire. According to Iranian reports, the destroyers USS Michael Murphy and USS Frank E. Peterson Jr., both Arleigh Burke class, attempted to enter the Strait of Hormuz on April 11th. Press TV claims that Iranian cruise missile batteries locked onto the ships while attack drones circled overhead. The report dramatically alleges the destroyers were only a few minutes away from complete destruction if they had pushed further. Iranian forces supposedly issued a 30-minute ultimatum at the mouth of the Gulf: turn back, or be hit. Press TV insists the US ships immediately retreated once their crews realized cruise missile radars had locked on. Support helicopters reportedly flew overhead as IRGC units ordered all other vessels to stay at least 10 miles clear of the showdown zone. The Iranian account says later radio traffic shows US crews fully complying with IRGC demands and pulling away.